Today we are going to take the Forex aspect of this channel, and we are going to look at how I got into Forex, how I took my first trade, what came out of the trade, and what I would do differently if I should go back to start Forex trading. So just stick around, we are going to go through everything. The first time I heard of Forex, I was in junior high school. By then, I didn't even have in mind to start anything that could make me money. I just wanted to learn anything. So I was just looking on the internet, and I think that was the first time I think Facebook had come to Ghana, and everybody was going to the cafe because of Facebook. So I remember one day I went to the cafe, and I wanted to just Google up something and do some searches and all that. Then I heard people mentioning about making investments, and then that there are ways to make money. Well, I just didn't want to make money, but as curious as I am, I just wanted to understand what they were doing. So people were talking about fraud. Those days, I think fraud was one of the things that was popular in Ghana, or in Africa actually, where people were buying the Corolla S and the Corolla LE. So by then I was just young. I didn't dream of driving a Corolla or a Corolla LE or whatever. I just wanted to know what they were up to. So I realized they were into fraud, but somebody just mentioned something like you can make money off the internet, and that is where my interest grew. I was like, well, you can make money out from the internet. Okay, that's fine. So there and then, there in the cafe, I went and then Googled about how to make money online. I got 1,001 results. So I forgot about it, but subconsciously that has settled in my mind, and I knew there was something there that I could pick up from, something I could make few money from, and maybe just make it a hobby that will become popular. And at that time, Bill Gates was one of my mentors, or let me say one of the people I was looking up to. So I just wanted to be like him, bringing something worthwhile that could feed a lot of people or take care of a lot of things. So that was the beginning. That was when I knew I had to do something online. About a year later, I was working with my brother's fiancée. They are now married with 2 kids actually. I was working with my brother's fiancée, and then she mentioned that my brother is into something, and that thing is going to make him a millionaire, and they're going to blow, and that is going to make them a lot of money. So I asked him, what is it about, And ladies, they are most of the time excited about the improvement of their spouse or the one they are dating. So she blew everything up. She said, oh, there's something called trading and trading options, and that they deposited 500 cedis. If you have to convert 500 cedis right now, it's about $87. But as at that time, 500 cedis was more like, let me say like $27 actually. But now it's about 87. We need about a lot of money to make that much money. I just hope my calculations are right. But so that was it. And then he mentioned that. So I said, okay, what's it? 24 options. So he told me 24options.com. And I was like, oh, that's fine. This is somewhere 2013. I was just new in high school. So it's like, oh, if that's it, then I like that. I need to look at it. So I went back, went to the cafe, Googled about 24 options, registered, and I just saw these candlesticks. After that time, I didn't even know they were called candlesticks. I saw this red, green stuff. So I came back. I said, well, I need to, get things right. I need to understand what it is. So I sneaked out on my brother. One day I took his notebook. I realized he had a notebook that had everything in there. And I said, okay, let me look at it. So I opened, I saw things like open, close, and all that. And I saw he had printed everything. That when you go to the tutorial part, he had printed everything. So I just picked it, went through, and I realized that, whoa, this is not for the children. This is not for children. But just the mere mindset, hope that one can be a millionaire from it was the thing for me. So I decided, well, I'm going to go into it. I tried 1 or 2, but I never put my money inside. I knew something like demo and all that. Press, wherever I could press in. And that was where the thing settled in about Forex. So I just couldn't make it as at that time, so I just left it off. I just, 24 options. And as at that time, what I was trying to do was options trading. And to be frank, today, if you even ask me to do options trading, I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't do it. It's a bit more technical than the Forex that we know. So that was where trading actually came into the mindset. Fast forward 2020. By then I had finished high school. I had gone into charter and I started working. So the mind was a bit open for other things. And as at that time, I had gone into other disciplines like graphic designing and all that, and photography. So I just wanted something that could make me money. Like that was the money consciousness period. That was the period that I felt I need to, open something up, make myself productive. And I saw online people posting trades, so Instagram basically. Then I remember that some years back, that's about 7 years ago, my brother's fiancé mentioned that, and I did something around it. Like, okay, what if this is the best time to go into it properly? And fellas, that was it. So I went in. I remember the first day, there's this Instagram guy, it's called Kojo Forex. Maybe most of you might have known. But in the Africa space right now, he's doing well. But at that time, he was just coming up and he was selling signals. He had a signal page and all that. So I went in. All I knew was how to deposit and how to place a trade. I didn't even understand what lot size was. I didn't even understand the technicalities. So I remember I put like 150 cedis in there. I was in the Eastern regions at that time. Came back home. He will post the signal. You put it in there. You see blues, and he says when it is blue, you close it. So I closed it. I remember that as at that time, 150 cedis was more like let me say somewhere $20, almost $20. So I just was like playing around with it, and I made some few dollars in there. So I just looked at it. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to do this. So I moved the $20 to I think $28, and that time $8 multiplied by 5 was about 40 cedis, 40 Ghana cedis. So I was like, well, this is something interesting. I shouldn't stop if this is making me money. And then the worst happened. So the next time I just placed the trade. From $28, I had $2 in my account. I lost $26 in like less than 20 minutes because I was greedy. It is today that I know I was greedy. But at that time I thought I just wanted to make money. So I realized that I was greedy. I lost $26, and so I had only $2. And that $2 couldn't allow me to place a trade. I wasn't able to place a trade. And so I remember I sent a message to Kojo Forex on Instagram, and I asked him that, what's happening? I have a whole whooping $2 in my account. Why am I not being able to place trade? And he didn't reply me. That message still stands. Maybe the day I'll meet Kojo, I'll actually show it to him. He didn't reply me. And it is true. If I was him, I wouldn't also reply that message. Today, if you send me that message, I'll not reply. Because that was a very, very, in quote, stupid question to ask. Because $2, what lot size do you want to use to trade that? Like, you shouldn't come to ask. But I didn't know. So, Kojo, big ups. I mean, respect, all respect. So when I lost the money, beginning period, so I didn't want to blame myself. I didn't blame myself. I said, let me blame Kojo. I said, hey, Kojo is a bad trader. Kojo didn't do well. Kojo is, all that. And then I said, hey, let me change my mentor. So I sat back, look online, and I can tell you for a fact, the whooping number of people on Instagram and on social media, on Telegram, who are teaching Forex. When you want to learn Forex, you have no excuse. However, the right ones are just few. So when it comes to the basics, you can learn it from anybody. But when it comes to the advanced and intermediate, I would advise you have a very good mentor. So I lost my first few dollars, and then later on I moved on to Elvis Justice. He was almost a millionaire at that time. So I followed him personally. So I got his personal number. He was the only millionaire in my contact list actually, who I could call anytime I wanted. So we spoke, and he was a millionaire, I think, at age 23. So I felt, and he was also from my hometown, and he's anyway. So I was like, well, we have same name, Kobna, and we got in contact. We spoke, and I was okay. I said, okay, let me learn. But it wasn't until a year that I realized that, look, this Forex game is not something you come in there and just try to make money. Because Elvis made a statement. He said, if you have to go to school for 4 years for you to become an accountant, if you have to go to school for 4 years for you to become a political scientist or whatever, why do you expect to make money off the markets in just months? You shouldn't expect that. Even though you may want to make money and cut the corners, it's better that you learn. So he mentioned that give yourself 3.5 to 4 years to be able to master the craft. Before, if you want to put money in there, you put it in there. So I said, okay, cool, Vim. So the whole of 2021, as at that time, I had relocated, changed jobs, and it was a fresh environment in terms of work and in terms of location. So I had the opportunity to learn, and I was on my own. We got no friends, no entertainment, anything coming from that background. So I said, let me go into the craft, and I learned. I put money aside. I wasn't investing. I was just learning, just learning. I learned and learned, understood. Even before I placed my first trade, I didn't know what the sessions were. I got to all this will be in a different video about what sessions mean and how I came to know about sessions and how sessions inform when to pick trades and all that. That will be in the next video or something. I'm going to put that together. So that's how I got into Forex. And that's how I kept going. For how I made it out of Elvis Justice video, I'm going to post it because Elvis Justice period was 2 years in my life, and it's a whole episode on its own, because I'll explain to you how it got to a point people had to give up on him. There were only few of us who were in the group because people felt he was down. We were there. There were even people who were in his team that he had to fire. There was one day we just woke up and everybody was fired. So all those things, there is a whole scene on its own. It's a whole episode, which I will have time for to talk about. It's not as if I'm talking about Elvis. He has his own space that he talks about himself, but I'm talking about my experience with him and how it went. And I came across a lot of traders. I read the history of a lot of traders. But one of the traders that really made me stick into Forex and never give up was Chandelier Shazy, who is in South Africa. She was a millionaire, I think, by age 20 through Forex. His story is out there. If you go to CBN News, I think you'll see it. He has been interviewed on BBC and all that. As at that time, he was the CEO of Global Forex Institute, which was solid. So he kept me in there. I saw some few people also came in. Thomas Krallo, Swaggy C was also there. Q Banks. So all those people came into play, but I'll tell you the core of the people who came in. So basically, that's how I got into Forex. That's how I lost my first $28. I got my $2. That $2, somebody will ask, what did I use? I just withdrew it and used it for tilapia. There's this tilapia joint in the eastern region. And when you're about to climb the mountain, it's at the right. This lady who was doing tilapia and Banku. So I just withdrew my small $2 and went and then bought the tilapia, and it was delicious though, but it was a painful one. But man, that's it. Yeah. So we'll look at that in the next video. We'll look at how to do that. Thank you very much for watching. If you are somebody who likes watching Forex videos, finance and tech, this is the space that you should subscribe to. I'll be looking up to you in our next videos. Cheers. Peace out.